How's it going, everybody? My name is Masih, and welcome to the 31st and potentially the final episode of our Dark Souls 3 walkthrough. In the previous episode, we managed to finish Archdragon Peak, did a bunch of quest stuff, picked up a couple of missing items that we missed, and now we're ready to move on. Before we do so, since if you remember, we still have some loot left in the lava from back in the Smoldering Lake, so we're going to go over here and talk to Cornix, and be sure to do this. You want to learn the Flash Sweat Pyromancy from him. Pretty important. But the thing is, I'm going to go and kill the Twin Prince boss fight first, and then I'm going to explain everything, get the pyromancies and sorceries and such, and then we're going to go and finish the game. So before we move on, let's attune the spell. Let's get the Flash Sweat, and you want to travel back to the Grand Archives bonfire. So the only part left right now is just the gauntlet at the end of the yard before the boss fight. The gauntlet itself, you would think that there will be a reward at the end other than the boss. No. There's only a shortcut, and there's only just the boss. So there's nothing, and the gauntlet can be pretty hard. The reason for it, I'm saying it's hard. It's filled with archers. Not only that, but it has 4 of those blue wearing Lothric knights that are pretty powerful compared to the the ones that have been wearing red. And 2 of them are spearmen, I believe, with the great shields. One of them is a straight sword guy, and the other one is an ultra great sword guy. So we want to avoid them. We want to run past them and just make our way to the boss fight, which is what we're going to do. So do as I do, and let's go and, finish the game. This video should be a short one, I would say. So obviously just go past everything. As I said, there is nothing around here as far as I remember, so just zigzag it, should be fine. There we go, as you can see. Make your way to the elevator here. And this elevator is actually going to take us back to where we picked up the red Tearstone ring, if you remember. Right next to the Dragon Slayer boss fight. So this is pretty close to the Dragon Slayer armor bonfire. So that's where the shortcut is at. One other thing about this elevator is that it's a it's a dual level elevator, if that's even a thing. It has a secret second level like that. And if you climb down, there we go. Let me just show you where we are. By the way, this is where we picked up the red Tearstone ring, and at the end of that previous episode, we actually picked up the chime. But anyway, if we go down this second level, we're gonna go and pick up a Titanite slab. For some reason, somebody in the Lothric family thought it was a good idea to just leave a valuable, priceless item in the bottom of an elevator shaft. So, yeah. Or maybe somebody just died here, I don't know. That place having a specific lever, it doesn't make sense to me. Okay, once we make it up here, I believe the knights are still going to be there. So what you want to do is, once you make it back up, you want to quit out the game and reload the game so those guys actually despawn. So in the meantime, I'm going to talk about the boss. The boss consists of obviously 2 phases, just like every other boss that we've had so far. The first phase is just you and Lorien battling it out. And he teleports around a lot. Depending on RNG, he might teleport way too much, and it can get annoying because it breaks your lock on. But with him, if you delay your attacks, delay your rolls properly, you should be able to avoid most of his damage. He does do a big charged up slam from time to time that might catch you off guard and do a lot of damage. Let me just reload the game. There we go. That might do a lot of damage and kill you. But if you time your dodge again, you want to dodge at the very end of it because it's it's like a channel attack that it has to be charged up. In the second phase, though, when you kill him, Lothric, the younger brother, is going to come down, he's going to piggyback on him, and he's going to resurrect him. So the thing is, you have 2 strategies here. You can either keep killing Lorien, and then whenever Lothric is trying to resurrect Lorien, you can just hit Lothric and eventually just kill Lorien 2 times, and then eventually kill Lothric himself. So that's a possibility. Wait, what? Okay, that's weird. Wait a minute. Yeah, there we go. What the hell is this? That's weird. Anyway, so you can either kill Lorien like a couple times and then kill Lothric while he's trying to resurrect Lorien, or what I like to do is to focus my attacks on the backside of Lorien, which is where Lothric is obviously piggybacking, and kill Lothric, and then which will end the fight. So we're trying to focus the small guy here, not the big guy. But you can easily do focus the big guy if you're interested in that. I'm not, however. Let me just put that back down, just in case I die. I do hope I don't. Okay, they don't see us. That's good. I don't even know how they don't see us, but okay, I accidentally used a dark sign. That's not good. So let's just... there we go. Let's just do this. Make our way outside. Before we move on, we are using a wrong ring, so let's see what we can use here. The soul ring. Why not? More souls, even though the game is pretty much over. Let me buff my weapon here before we move on, because he's going to teleport almost instantly as far as I know. There we go. There he is. Pretty cool guy. Oh, I rolled a little bit too early there. Even if we tank a couple of hits, it's going to be mostly fine. There we go. So, in the second phase, he's obviously piggybacking, and he's going to cast some miracles from time to time. It's not that big a deal, but we're going to try our best to use these pillars to actually avoid taking damage. Okay, so, let's see how it goes. Obviously, you can see that he's piggybacking, so I'm trying to focus both of them here. There we go. Where are they? Oh, he's doing the big attack. Whew. Okay, dodge that. Dodge the second attack, because now there's a second attack, because he's piggybacking, and let's run away here. There we go. Oh, okay. So as you can see, now he's just crippled and destroyed. He does do a lot of damage if he does get the resurrection off. I could have probably killed him, and I just didn't. That's my bad, but he's already dead anyway. And that's the boss fight. With the Lothric Prince, the younger prince, dead, the boss fight does not continue, unfortunately. According to him, if you remain among the accursed. This boss fight depresses me to my core. I'm not even joking about this. Anyway, activate this bonfire. Let's go back to the shrine to level up, and then go get some loot. Let me explain the ending to you guys, and that should be the end of that. It's going to be an interesting ordeal. So 133k souls. That's one level at least. Yeah, one level pretty much. 44 strength. Not too terrible. Okay. So first things first, let's us go and pick up the pyromancies. And in the meantime, I'm going to explain how to, get the other stuff. So I already theory crafted this, so don't worry, you don't have to worry about this. Use the Havel's helm. Use the Black Knight armor. Use the Havel's gloves, and you want to use the Black Knight leggings. If you don't have them, just wear the Havel's ring, you should be fine. We're going to equip the Flame Stone Plate ring and the Speckled Stone Plate ring. There we go. There it is. It's going to give us a lot of fire resist, obviously. We're going to equip the Big Boy Havel's Ring in a second. Where is it? There we go. Havel's Ring +3. De-equip this. De-equip that. You want to use the Black Iron Sheet. Actually, do we even... Nah, we don't even need this. Trust me. We have so much fire resistance. All we need now is a... I mean, we're still going to equip it. Are we going to equip it? No, we're not going to equip it. And then we have the Pyromancy Flame to use. There we go. So, you'll see what I mean when we actually get there. Just to follow my lead, and you should be good to go. But the only thing you want to have left here is to pick up the red, to use the red bug pellet when we actually get there. So, for now, teleport to the Old King's antechamber, because that's where the lava room was. It was right next to Quelana's body. The one next to Quelana's body is actually the harder one, because the lava has no chill there. It just demolishes you. But the one where we near where we fought Night Slayer Sorik, that one should be good. That one should be good. That one doesn't do nearly as much damage as compared to the one next to Quelana's body. You know, we're gonna avoid everything here and try our best to run away. Kite all these guys. Don't worry about them too much. As you wear heavier armor, obviously your stamina regen is kind of hindered. So don't worry about it too much, though. You should be good to go. Make a right here. Go into this room filled with these birds, but turn left. Heal yourself up. I'm pretty sure they're still following me, but I'm going to run away. Go into this room filled with rats. Let's kill rats here. Man, these guys do not let up. There we go. Okay. Once you've killed the rats, there's 2 more rats here. Stop it. stop it. There we go. So, make your way over here. This is Koilana, or next to Fair Lady's body. And now, we're ready to move on. So, once we're here, what you want to do is to bust out the Pyromancy Flame. Be sure to have yourself healed to full. Equip the use the red blood pellet, use the flash sweat pyromancy, and just be ready to spam your SS flasks. Don't worry if you use too many, it's not a problem with that. Just use as many as you have to survive. Okay, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do, boys. As you can see, we're taking a lot of damage here, but for the most part it's fine. We're surviving, boys. Fire has no effect on me because we're already hot. Okay, shitty jokes aside, that's that. Toxic Mist and the White Hair Talisman, and the only thing that we have left is the place next to Night Slayer Sorig's, where we fought him. So we're just gonna go over here, pick up whatever this is. Titanite Shard, thanks for nothing. And then we're gonna make our way over here. And I believe for this one you can even use a shield to mitigate the damage even more, as far as I'm aware. So that's something you can use if you're interested. Let me actually show you. I kind of want to showcase it. Let me see. Where is the big shield? The black iron great shield. There we go. Go over here. I'm fairly certain you can avoid you cannot avoid it, but you can put up your shield to avoid taking fire damage here. There we go. Look how minimal damage it's doing to me. So yeah. Anyway, use flash sweat. Okay, it's not working apparently. Yeah, the shield of working and not working is a little bit random, but we picked up the Sacred Flame here, which was kind of the point of coming down here. And now we're ready to move on. Okay, it's the big boy explanation time. So first things first, the trophies. The Miracle, Sorcery, and Pyromancy trophies. The Pyromancy one is relatively easy. Not actually, none of them are easy, never mind, what am I saying? So, while I'm actually changing my items, I'm going to explain how it goes. So, let's explain. First things first, we have all the remaining sorceries that we haven't picked up are all tied to covenants. So keep that in mind. The only remaining stuff now are all about covenants. We have many different covenants that you have to farm for. You have to farm their specific items, either by doing PvP while wearing their covenant items. So, for example, if I'm wearing the Warrior of Sunlight covenant, Warrior of Sunlight is a little bit different. Let me explain it later. For example, the Blade of the Dark Moon. If I invade someone and kill them while wearing this, I get that covenant item. Or for example, if I invade someone using this, the Rosaria's Fingers, I get the covenant item for Rosaria's Fingers, which is Pale Tongue. So you can see how, or for example this one, with Mound Makers you can get Vertebra Shackles, and even with Silent Warriors of Sunlight, you can invade people and kill them and get Sunlight Medals. But you can also help people and get Sunlight Medals, because that's the Sunbro Covenant, obviously. So that's kind of the explanation of how the Covenant items go. By the way, if you see that I don't have Covenant items, it's just because I didn't talk to the Covenant, people. I already showed you where each Covenant is, so don't think that I didn't cover them, I did. I just don't have the Covenant items because I didn't talk to them. I didn't want to change my Covenant. Although I should have. But yeah, every Covenant that we've talked to, you can go talk to it. I'll leave a link for everything in the description, so don't worry about it. Anyway, so with the Covenants, obviously each of them has an item that you have to give, and for exchange of how many of those currencies you give, you get stuff that you need for you get the rewards from the Covenants, and rewards can vary from armor, rings, all the way to pyromancies, sorceries, and such. So yeah, it can be pretty annoying having to farm all this, because farming the Covenant items but not actually doing PvP or something like that, like farming them from the enemies that are outside in the open world, because there are enemies who drop the Covenant items, which is actually the way that I got it, other than the Sunlight Medals and Vertebral Shackles. It's just farming them is super difficult because the drop chances are absolute garbage. First things first, I highly recommend doing this in your last walkthrough cycle. And the main thing I would have to explain here is that let me explain how to, what you need, and then explain how to farm it. So first things first, each Covenant, as I said, has an item. So I'm gonna give you a list. You need 10 human dregs from the Eldritch Faithful Covenant, and it gives you the Great Deep Soul. Once you give it to the, from like for each of these, let me just, okay, I'm kind of breaking my English here. For each of these, whenever you have to turn them into their covenant altar or leader. So for example, for the sunlight metals, you have to give it to the sunlight altar before the Dragon Slayer armor boss fight. So just how it goes. You need 10 human dregs for the Great Deep Soul. That you can farm them from the deacons in the Anorlando's lower area. You need 30 sunlight metals, 10 for Sacred Oath, and then 20 more for Great Lightning Spear. And you can obviously you can farm them from the Lothric Knights in anywhere. Any Lothric Knight can drop them. But I highly recommend you guys actually do Sunbrewing for this, or actually get someone to help you with this, or actually invade people. Invading people is the easiest way, in my opinion. Sunlight metals for me were the hardest to farm. You need 30 Vertebral Shackles, which is for the Mound Maker's Covenant, obviously. You can and you can get, for 10 Vertebral Shackles, you can get the Warmth Pyromancy, and for 20 more, so 30, you're going to get Bloodlust. So, and then the next covenant is going to be the Wolf of Farron, the Abyss Watcher covenant, pretty much. You need, there's something called Sword Grasses, Wolf's Blood Sword Grass. You need 30 of those, and for the 30, you can get a ring, a shield, and for 10, you can get a sword. The sword is actually pretty good. For the Rosaria's Fingers covenant, you need 10 Pale Tongues, and if you if you give them 10 Pale Tongues, they will give you the obscuring ring. And for 30 Proofs of a Concord Kept, which is for the Darkmoon Blade covenant, for 10 of them you get Darkmoon Ring, and for the 20 more, which is 30 obviously, you're going to get Darkmoon Blade. So as you can see, let me just give you a full list: 10 Human Dregs, 30 Sunlight Metals, 30 Vertebral Shackles, 30 Sword Grasses, 10 Pale Tongues, and 30 Proofs of a Concord Kept. So you have a lot of stuff to farm. To farm these, let me explain where to farm them. For the Proofs of a Concord Kept, you need to farm the Silver Knights in Anorlando. Very simple. For the Pale Tongues, the Pale Tongues are kind of easy to come by, but I'll give you a kind of a link in the description for you guys actually to be able to farm Pale Tongues. But Pale Tongues are fun from Dark Wraiths. If you don't know what Dark Wraiths are, it's just those super hyper armor dudes that we fought in Farron Keep and stuff like that. But Pale Tongues are pretty easy to come by, don't worry about them too much. For Sword Grasses, you need to farm the Gru guys, the goat guys in Farron Keep. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's just the Farron Keep guys who were like kind of doggos, but they sound like goats. I don't know, they're weird creatures, but anyway. For Vertebral Shackles, you can farm the red-eyed skeletons in the Catacombs. As I said, for the Sunlight Metals, you can farm the Lothric Knights, and for the Human Dregs, you can farm the Deacons. So that's that. It's very, very difficult to do. It takes a long time, it takes dedication, but let me make it easier for you guys. First things first. Go respec, go give Pale Tongues and respec, and put every single one of your points into luck if you're trying to farm this. And I recommend doing this in the last playthrough. There's a reason for this, let me explain why. Anyway. You want to increase your luck all the way to the max to 99, and you want to get the minimum requirement for this weapon. And this is the reason I'm saying that you should be doing this at the end of your last cycle. Because if you... There we go. Where is it? Let me see. There we go. Crystal Sage's Rapier. As you can see, it says that... what this Crystal Sage Rapier actually does is that it increases your... chance of getting rare item drops. Like, there we go. And it increases the item discovery of its wielder. So the thing is, you already need the Crystal Sage Soul for one of these sorceries. There we go, this one. But if you do it at the last cycle, you can have 3 Crystal Sage Souls. You can use one of those souls to get the required sorcery, and you can use the remaining 2 to buy 2 of those Crystal Sage Rapiers, and increase your item discovery by a big amount, and I mean huge. So yeah, that's pretty good, right? So far 2 Crystal Sage Rapiers, and the next thing that we have, and of course increasing your luck all the way to 99 by respecking. At least that's how I did it. Next thing you have is equipping the Symbol of Avarice. You should have it by now. It increases your drop chance by a lot, and it's pretty good. It's pretty easy to come by. Next thing you want to use is obviously the Covetous Gold Silver sorry, the Covetous Gold Serpent Ring. You can't stack them, unfortunately, which is very sad, but we already have the +3 from doing the DLC, so feel free to use that. The last thing you need is a temporary increase to your item discovery, which is going to be the rusted coins from Patches. He has an infinite amount of them, as you can, and you should have a bunch of them yourself. Like, I'm holding 10, and I can obviously I'm holding more, so you can see that these rusted coins can be used before you kill each enemy. I believe they take about a minute or two to wear off, so you have a few minutes to actually farm them. So let's go over it again. And obviously, as I said, you can pretty much buy it from Patches. You know, that's that. So it has so that's why we kept him alive, because of that infinite amount. So let's go through it one more time. We have the Covetous Gold Serpent Ring, the Symbol of Avarice, getting your luck to 99 by respecking. We have the double Crystal Sage Rapier that you can buy using the Crystal Sage's Soul after your third playthrough, and that's about it, really. Like, other than that, there's no other, as far as I know at least, there is no other thing that actually increases your drop chance. Oh yeah, Shield of Want, I believe, right? Or no, Shield of Want just increases your soul gain, I believe. Yeah. Sorry, I got a little bit excited, but no. That's about it. That's about the maximum amount of item discovery you can get. Obviously, the rusted coins are always a nice touch on top of all that. But yeah, explaining all that was pretty hard to do, but without further ado, I believe you're ready to move on to the next part. So, yeah, get everything. Get your stuff ready. It's pretty hard to do. You have to farm a lot of Covenant items, but it should be good to go. I'm going to leave a link and actually a cool and typed out comment in the description for you guys to explain everything, so if you don't have to watch the video and listen to me breaking my own English in the middle of explaining stuff. But that's about it, really. By turning all those by giving all those Covenant items to their respective Covenant leaders, you will get the pyromancies and sorceries and miracles and such. And with the collection that we've been collecting so far, which we haven't missed anything, you're gonna get the trophies for your pyromancies, for your sorceries, and for your miracles. With that, I'm going to end the video right here. So the next video is going to be the finale. So this video, unfortunately, is already way too long. I'm not going to make it longer than this. And yeah, that's about it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video so far, and if you did, be sure to leave a like. Don't you dare go hollow, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.